Hi everybody, my name's Garrett Newsome, and on this episode of Pirate Media, we were lucky enough to interview Mr. Joe Nick, founder of Skool Dogs. I'm good, how are you?
Good.
So we just have a few questions here for our media class, since we're lucky enough to have you down here about this new Skool dog. So on your website it says, the dogs you guys train are different than military and law enforcement dogs. How is that?
Sir, a military and law enforcement dog are trained in multi-functions, meaning many places, many things. A Skool dog is trained specifically in the school for 3 phases of training: obedience, scent work, and apprehension.
How do you feel sailors coming along in that process?
The dog has been doing absolutely phenomenal, adapting to the scenarios and the situation of school. All 5 schools, phenomenal. The handler's a little slow, but he's special. So we're working with him, to build that bond, and 50% handler, 50% dog to make that team.
So that goes along with one of our other questions. Would you consider yourself a dog handler or a dog lover?
So I'm definitely a dog handler. The difference is a dog handler can take a dog, work it. If he finds out it's not for what he wants, change the dog's purpose or get rid of the dog. A dog lover will always make excuses and try to make the dog adapt to what he wants to do, but the handler will always adapt to the dog.
Right. So do you think to be a dog handler, at one point you have to be a dog lover? You have to fall in love with dogs?
I think you have to love the gift of the animal being with you and working the dog, but I think once you fall in love with anything, your head gets scrambled.
Okay. What do you think are some of the benefits of having the dog in school?
The dog is another layer of protection, another layer of security. The benefits of, if God forbid something happens in a school, that dog, number one, will hear the gunshots before any of us, will be able to take us to the gunshots before any of us. And I'm not putting children or teachers running at a gunman. I'm having a dog. That's one of the benefits. The other benefit is both. You have proactive and reactive. Reactive is the shooting. Proactive is while the kids are in class, you can run the dog up and down the hallways just to check the lockers and make sure we don't have guns or ammos being brought to school.
So this dog is just simply sniffing out guns and stuff like that, no narcotics or anything like that, correct?
Great question, sir. The dog is absolutely not anything to do with narcotics.
Okay.
It's only guns and ammo. I want the kids in this school to understand that Sailor, the dog that they named for the school, is here to help protect them and add security, not anything else but to help them.
So we know these dogs are trained really well by you guys and your team. So could you just go over some of the experience that yourself and the team you've assembled, what kind of experience do you guys have in this process?
Okay. I started in the military. I went from military to law enforcement, from law enforcement to the director of a Burke Canine Academy in my state. I'm in my 38th year of doing it. My professional decoy is probably in his 12th year. He deals with all the obedience, all the bite work, anything like that. Some of the other parts of the team that aren't with us, we go through the selection process. I have a female that also helps us select, because for a school, you have to find a dog that's well balanced. Mm-hmm. So most of the team I have is 5 men and 1 female, and all of them are adversed in the avenue of training dogs. Total, we probably have, it's probably about 80, 85 years in experience.
That's a lot of experience. So you said the selection process. So what is really that process of picking the dogs?
For a school dog?
Yeah, for a school dog.
Okay. If I want a dog for a school dog, unlike military and law enforcement, I want a dog that's a little bit more forgiving. I want a dog that's a little bit more social. All police canines and military dogs are social to an extent. They might just be with the family or the handler, but they're still social to that environment. A school dog has to be social to everything he meets every single day. So when you're picking a dog, he's got to be a little bit more friendly, a little bit less on edge, but still have that drive, intensity to go out and do what you want him to do. And a little bit of love, because you're dealing with kids every day.
Right. So do you think the dog deals better with older kids or younger kids?
I think, great question. I think a school dog is always more comfortable at first with the older kids because he's been trained by older people.
Gotcha.
We still, like one of my trainers, maybe Matt or Sammy, they'll take the dog to other places where there's a million kids. The difference is the kids that are older act like the trainers, and the dog's muscle memory in his brain says, that's what I'm doing. My younger kids, they do nothing wrong, but they're more animated, more hyper, and the dog wants to play more. So he has to learn the difference.
So this would be our last question. We maybe went over it, but do these dogs stay in training? Are they constantly being trained throughout the school day or anything like that?
You have some phenomenal questions. This dog will be in training until the day this dog retires. It's a school dog. Because every single day in a school, it's so much different than every single day on the street with a police officer. Sometimes he's in court for a week, so the dog sits in his car. Sometimes he goes on vacation. When this school is functioning, every single day, Sailor will come to this school or be in one of these schools, and every single day, Sailor will see something different that the handler might have to say, it's okay, come. Just to form it. So Sailor, until the day he retires, until the day he retires, will always be training. And so will the handler. You know, the dog is always ahead of the handler. Handler's always slower. He has to learn from the dog also.
All right, well, thank you for sitting down with us.
Thank
I know
you.
it's been busy. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me come.